Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me Ade here again. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Ade and I film about faith, motherhood and lifestyle. Okay, so this is a continuation of the new UK immigrant series I started a couple of weeks back. Thank you so much guys for your engagement so far. It truly means a lot to me. I am mostly happy because this is providing the needed information for this new set of people that have just come into the UK and try to settle in as smoothly as possible. I'm so happy and I'm so delighted that it is hitting the right spot. Okay, anyway, so in today's video I'm going to be discussing all about childcare, how you can avoid childcare costs, what is the total cost, how expensive it is, how to get free hours, how you can manage the cost, and all of those good stuff. If that is something you are interested in, do not go anywhere, sit tight and keep on watching. Okay, so welcome back guys. I know that by now you know that childcare cost in the UK is so expensive, like it is ridiculously expensive. Honestly, if you're not careful and if you have kids in the nursery and you're working, don't be surprised that you probably be giving what your earnings for the whole month or for the whole week to the nursery, and you're going back home with absolutely nothing. This I've seen this happen before, so yeah, that is how much expensive it is. Okay, so first of all, if you're looking for a childcare place, or if you're looking for a nursery place for your child, so if you have any child in the UK, like if you're new immigrants coming into the UK as probably an international student or someone who holds a work permit, and you have children below the age of 5. So what you need to do is sorry, below the age of 4 rather. What you need to do is to go to gov.uk. I've done a quick step by step somewhere on the screen. It's going to be somewhere on the screen, so just go to gov.uk, go through so you can search for nursery places by your postcode, so you can just read reviews and all of those things. But by the time you say, maybe put the name of the nursery on Google, you probably see a lot of people that have used their services, and then you would be able to read their reviews and make your decision from there. Okay, so that is one sure way of getting nurseries around you. Now, how can you get free hours? Okay, so in the UK, if so for example, you're an international student, you're coming to the UK with your family and you have kids, of course you can get, if you have children above the age of 3, they can get up to 15 hours free. And this you can usually apply for through the nursery. So just approach one of those nurseries, and there's a way they do it. Okay, they're going to help you apply for the free hours. Can you save costs? Really, so you can save costs, you can save childcare costs in a number of ways. I'm going to use myself as an example. So when I had my son, I had to go back to work. Okay, so obviously that meant that he had to go to the nursery. So I went through the gov.uk, just like I've explained to you right here. I went through gov.uk, searched via my postcode, got the nursery that I wanted, asked a few people that have used the nursery. I went in for so that as at that time there was no pandemic, so we were allowed to go into the nursery. They gave us a tour. I asked tons and tons and tons and tons of questions, and my husband and I were satisfied, and we went in for our settling sessions. It was a little bit emotional because that was the first time of letting him go, and he didn't also settle in as much as I expected him to settle, which is very, very okay. That was the first time of him, getting out there as well, so that was quite understandable. Anyway, so that all of that happened, and we were able to pick that nursery. So that was how I got the nursery. Now, how can you cut hours? You can cut you can sorry how can you save costs? Rather, you can save costs in a number of ways. The first thing is to look into getting a flexible job. Okay, so when you get a flexible job, it makes childcare a lot easy for you. So say for example, you're an international student, you have classes, and say for example you also work. Okay, and maybe your partner is also in the UK with you, who is working full time. Now make sure that you sort of work get so there are lots of jobs, okay? There are lots of jobs out there. Try to get a flexible a work that allows you to work flexible hours. So with that, you can actually tailor your childcare needs around your flexibility. I'm going to explain what I mean. Again, I'm going to use myself as an example. So what happened was, I was working full time. My husband was also working full time. So what or he arranged his work pattern to afternoon to evenings, and so what that meant was that in the mornings when I go to work is with our child and is able to take care of him up until the afternoon. So my son would start an afternoon session till evening, if that makes sense, instead of starting from the morning till all the way to the evening. So yeah, that made life a lot easy for us, and we saved costs by half. So if for example we were supposed to pay, for example, like £1,000 in a month, we ended up paying like £500 or even lower. So make sure that you look out for jobs that's going to give you flexible hours, where you can actually pick your own hours to suit your childcare need. That is one way to save cost. You can save nursery costs is get a school of friends where you can actually share your childcare needs amongst yourself. So again, for example, if you're an international student, you're coming in with your husband and your kids, and you need you are in need of childcare needs. What you can do again is probably look for other moms as well, maybe within your circle, maybe within your religious circle, your church or your mosque, if you've got like someone that has got similar needs as well. So for example, you both work flexible hours, so probably maybe when you go to work, you can take your child to your friend, who is willingly able to probably take care of your child while you're at work, and then they can do that vice versa as well. So that's where you are able to save childcare costs. However, this is at your own risk, okay? For me as a mom, before I can actually let my kids go to a friend's place, that friend has to be somebody that I trust so much, somebody that I know that will be able to take care of my child, as much as they would theirs, so that comes with his own what's it called, with his own risk, okay? Another way you can outrightly avoid this nursery fees or childcare fees is working out work patterns with your partner. So for example, again, you're an international student and you've got kids, and your husband has to say work has the opportunity to work flexible hours. What you guys can do is, if your husband is happy to work night shifts, so you can go to school, probably do your 20 hours work. When you come back, you take care of the kids. Don't forget that your husband has been home with the kids all day long, so when you come back from work, you can take over from your husband, let him also get some rest, and then he can go to work and have a night shift. That means that he's going to be coming back the next morning. So it means that you've gone to work, you've earned some money, you've also gone to school, and then over the night your husband is also working, so you are earning as much as you can, and your husband is also earning as much as he can. So that is like a win-win for the both of you. That way you don't have to take your kids to the nursery, and either yourself or your husband is looking after your children. Again, not everything has its own downside. From my own perspective, the only downside to that is that you guys are probably going to get fagged out, that me time where you guys get to spend together might be a little bit reduced, just because you are not always together. One person is working in the morning, another person is working in the evening. Does that make sense? Okay, so yeah, that's the only downside to that. Another downside to that is that your children do not have the opportunity to mix with other kids. The only time they'll probably mix with other children is maybe when you guys go to church and you take them to the children's church, but what you're learning there is different from what you'll be learning at the nursery. At the nursery, a lot of time they learn through play, so you're playing, or they're taking care of your children and they're also learning something at the same time. So in my own opinion, that's the only downside to it. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. So when you're with the kids, you can probably homeschool them, or teach them, stuff that you feel like they would learn if they had gone to the nursery. So so that means that your kids are not missing out on anything. Now if you're an international student and you are coming in into the UK with children that are above 4 years old. So the way it works is that I'm going to speak for England because that is where I've lived. So if you're coming in with kids that are above 4 years old, they can get free school place, free of charge, and all of those good stuff. So what how it works is that you apply through your local council. So just go to your local council, let them know that you're new in the UK and you like to apply for a school place for your child. Now note that your child has to clock 4 before a certain date in September. So if your child clocks 4 in October, that means they will have to wait the following year before they can get a school place or before they are able to get to school. So they have to they have to clock age 4 before a certain date in September. Okay, so yeah, just keep that at the back of your mind. So you know as a new immigrant, so if I were to migrate to another country, childcare is something that will be on my mind, just because of obvious reasons. I've got kids, so childcare is something that is going to be on my mind, and I really do hope that this video has given you so much information that you would need if you're a mom or a family woman or a family man migrating into the UK and you're a little bit confused about how you want to sort out childcare and everything. Please feel free to send me a DM or leave comments. I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. Okay, so, and please also, like I always say, I'm not an immigration lawyer, I'm not any kind of lawyer. Please, please, please do your own research. Okay, do your own research, and gov.uk has got almost everything that you need, okay, to ensure that you settle in smoothly into the UK as a new immigrant. I hope this video has been informative. Again, if it has, please give it a big thumbs up, share, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. I remain Ade. Continue to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay in God. Mwah. Bye.